Hey friendlies, it's 9 o'clock. It's time for the Beer, Blades, and Bushcraft live stream for May the 16th. Excuse me. What I would like to know is, how's the sound? I'm trying a new mic setup. Well, it's not really a new mic setup. It's one of my old mics, but I'm using it in connection with the live stream just to see what kind of effect we're going to have. So, can you guys hear me? That's the first. Start again. First question, can you guys hear me? Second question, how does it sound? Not so bad. Hi there. Hi LT. It's beer and live time. Yes, I know. Good. I am equipped. I'm definitely equipped. And I'm looking forward to tonight. Sorry for having missed yesterday, but I'm hooked right into my daughter's school. I'm the chair of the parents fundraising committee, and so I had a meeting there from 6 to 7, and then I'm on the governing board, and so then I had a meeting there from 7 till 9:30, but sometimes it goes till 10. So I just, I had actually told everyone who is on my Instagram feed, and I think my Facebook feed, but I forgot to put up like a little video saying, sorry guys, this week it's on Wednesday. So sorry about that. So strong. It's actually cedar, so no, I'm not very strong. Oh, I love cedar. It's one of my favorites. It really is. I've said before, and I'll say again, that I'm all about conifers, man. Smell of pines, little blue spruce action. Just anything, firs, cedar, juniper, just all those. I love the smell. I love the aesthetic. I love the wood. I love that you can make a tea out of almost any of it that's really high in vitamin C. Just amazing. I love me some conifer action. Hey, Serge is here. How's it going, mister? No, you're not 20 minutes late, but I'm a day late, so even if you were, kind of can't, blame you. Oh, LT, I wanted to show you something. Look what came in the mail. For those of you who don't know, this is, it's a little iPhone clampy thing to go on this tripod. Just because the one that's on there now is fairly scrappy and it's coming apart. So this one is machined aluminium, I think. Okay, see, it folds out to grip your iPhone. There are two problems with it. Oh, and here, like if you have a larger sized phone, okay, up, down, fun stuff. Two problems. One, LT, remember we talked about, like, they claim that there's a cold shoe mount in here because I wanted to put that mic on top of here. It's a kind of a cool, you can just sort of see right there that it's just like a slot that's machined into these. Two issues. One issue. The other issue is not related to this. Slipping your cold shoe on here when you've got a large mic is impossible because this blocks it. So I have to get some kind of like a cold or hot shoe extender to come above this. Second issue is I'm using an iPhone SE, which some people call the 5 SE, even though that's not the right name for it. It's an SE. It's an iPhone 6 and an iPhone 5's body. But the thing is, the iPhone 5 isn't this wide, so I can't use this until I get whatever's my next generation phone. That's great. That's fabulous. But hey, it's a nice piece of kit. Anyways, whatevs, right? Whatevs. What else did I want to show you? Here's something interesting. I feel like I'm blowing my wad with only 3 of us watching. It's funny because it says 3 there, but I'm one of those 3. So, it's just you, LT, you, Serge, and me, Saswai, for the moment. Now, I think you guys know, or at least LT, you know, because you've been watching me for a while, that, you know, this is what I shave with, right? But I was recently decided to get an old school safety razor. Because here's the thing, I think I've said all this in the video like a couple of years ago. All those multi-bladed monsters just wreck my skin. I get razor burn, I get blah blah blah, and they're all so damn full of plastic. I can't handle throwing them, because you know, razor cartridges are like cigarettes, right? You throw one away, oh, it's a tiny thing, but millions of them get thrown away every year, so they really build up to landfill. So I'm not okay with cartridge razors, generally speaking. How the hell do I get this open? Oh, there we go. So those two things made me switch to the straight razor, and it's fabulous. It's my my shaving method de choix, but it takes a long time. So if I'm in a hurry, I sometimes either have to, you know, use, like, I still have an old cartridge razor that I've had for a long time, but the blades are all dull and crap. So I either have to use that or go without. So that's where this Vanderhagen, this $20 safety razor comes in. And man, it's been so long. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, pop that baby open, throw your razor blade in there, and then pop it closed. Okay. Because I think this will just be a way to just do a fast morning shave, you know? But hey, it's beer, blades, and bushcraft. These are blades. So I'm keeping it within the scope. Oh, wait. How much play in the head for my LG5? I don't know. How big is an LG5? Seth says that's why he has a beard. Yeah, that's legit. That's legit as well. For best results, use with Vanderhagen shave soap, butter, or oil. Piss off. For best results, use shaving cream. Anyways, I'm looking forward to getting this in the rotation. So who's the fourth? Who else is out there? Say hi in the top chat. 8.5 centimeters on the side. Let me find a tape here somewhere. I'll tell you how wide it is at the minimum opening. Oops, sorry guys. Didn't mean to jostle you or nothing. Centimetre. Yeah, you're good. This is about 6.5. 6.5. So yeah, get one. It feels good. It's a nice heavy piece. But as I said, if you're looking for the cold shoe mount, you need something that's going to take it above this. Because otherwise, I'd be using it here tonight. So, Scott in the house. And AC7, nice. Yeah, I'm using my phone camera. Oh, yeah, I know, I'm backwards. The reason is because I'm back to using the old phone app. Because with the old phone app, whatever it's called, Wirecast, yes. I can just hit it, and it'll see the live stream, blah, 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 that I already have set up on my computer. Whereas when I use the one in the YouTube app, I have to enter it every time. So there's probably a setting somewhere which I will work out. Hold on, I just got sent the minutes from the school meeting yesterday, which I will hide. But yeah, so that's that. Oh, Canadian belt knife. I'm still loving this. Still wishing I had a one with a wooden handle. Wonder if Anthony Henry's going to come on tonight. He finally received the prize. I'm looking forward to hearing if he's started any fires. Hey, shall we open a beer? Who's got beer? I know LT's got a beer. Who else has a drink? Who else has the beverages? Let me move this so I can see the entire window. The entire window, because I need to see it. No. There we go. Yeah. Just boring you guys by looking at the screen just to make sure I'm not missing any. Oh, open the holder to the max. Okay. This is the amount of play we've got here, by the way, LT. So I mean, you're not going to have any problem. Thing is, once you got it, well, there's a little bit of there's a little bit of jiggle, but not a lot. So if I pop it open to the max, but like I also don't want to pop it all the way out because like it's not captive. I can just take it right out. So that's essentially the max, the maximum safe distance. Just shy of 10 centimeters. So you're good. You're good. Guys, is LT the only one who's got a drink with him tonight? Is that what's going on? Is that how it's gonna be? Is that how it's got to be? Who are we missing? Simon. Simon's here. Okay. Serge has a stand. The Sleeman's Railside Ale. That's a session. Session, right? Is that a session ale? Estrella Cerveza from Barcelona. He's good, man. He's good. Mora. Beer. The dark ale au petit fruit. In fact, it's called, I think that's what it's called. Dark ale au petit fruit. Gamme fruit. 100% vrai fruit. Okay. So, a dark ale. A dark berry ale. 100% real fruits. 500 mils? Oh, God, it's 8%. So by the end of tonight, I'm going to like... Yeah, and one more thing. Whatever. But anyways, let's give it a try. Because I am averse to fruity beer. But I figured... I was standing there at... excuse me, at Metro. That's like... I don't know... Safeway. I don't know what you guys have, but large supermarket. I was looking at the craft beer section, and this is one of the few that I haven't actually tried yet, but that aren't from breweries that I actively don't like. So, Brasseur du Monde very rarely has let me down, so I've decided to meet them halfway on this one, and we'll see. If I don't like it, I've got a nut brown upstairs, and I'll just go and get it. Okay. Man, I popped one of those off with aplomb and ease yesterday. I'm lagging? It's weird. It's not telling me that I'm lagging. Anyways, let's give it a try. Am I still lagging? Let me see. It's weird, it's not telling me that I'm lagging at all. I'm not getting lag anywhere. This is looking green, this is looking green. It's stabilized? Okay, so let's try this. Slanja. Okay, if that's how it's going to be, that's how it's going to be. I'll tell you straight up, I don't think I'll buy this again. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't even know I'm going to finish it, but okay. But this is what I've opened. I'll try to get through it. If I can't, as I said, there's a nut brown upstairs. Anyway. Blah. You know? Blah. Yeah, exactly. It's just too fruity. Saint Ambroise makes like an apricot and cherry and all that stuff. Like, it changes by this season. That's not too fruity. It's still a little fruity for me, but it's not cloying and overpowering. This is like, whoo, part beer, part fruit punch. So we're starting already, I see. Sorry, guys. Yeah. No, you know, Simon, I bought it because, like, I'd already... Everything that was by a brasserie that I like, I had already had, like, several times. And I kind of like trying something new with you guys. You know? Get, like, a true reaction on screen, whether I like it or not. But anyway. I feel that every time I unsheath this, I should be like, I have the power. Something like that, just to sort of make it seem like a nicer knife than it is. It's a good solid knife, it still is. I still haven't even sharpened it, and it's still doing yeoman's service. And I am definitely using it. So, I mean, I'm impressed with, what is it, 4116? I'm impressed with what 4116 is. I'd always thought it was kind of a ho-hum steel, but it's... Now, piss on that biscuit. I just got a splinter. And it's gone. Yes. Now, granted, as I said, this is cedar, right? I mean, it's, like, I'm not exactly, you know, tearing hunks of, like, maple apart or anything like that. But still, whatever, right? Well, we got some more numbers on. Who else is here? There's Simone, there's Serge, Ace T7, Scott, LT, and me. Jonathan Miller. It's a spoon. Hey, Outdoors here. It's okay. You're not that late. You're only 18 minutes late. Hurting my feelings, man. So since you guys have just joined, look at this. Man, this was a mistake. Let's see what we got here. We got the blackberries, which I love, by the way. As a fruit, the blackberry, it's near the top for me. It's got the cherries, which I also love, by the way. That's a hop. There are some blueberries. Was that black currants? Hey, I almost forgot to read the description on the side of the bottle. What's better after a winter... Wait. What's better after a winter... We're going to get through this together, okay? What's better after a winter activity than to warm up by the fireplace with a piece of Grandma's berry pie? Here's a beer that draws its inspiration from such memorable moments. With its dark brown and ruby tinted hue, it presents a sweet, spicy, and fruity nose of blueberry, cherry, and raspberry. Brewed with real fruits, it offers complex flavors. Dude, if you're based in Canada, you don't spell flavors that way. Of cooked berries wrapped up in a sweet and spicy blanket that will warm up the kid in you. The only thing that's missing is the candy. Oh, and it contains lactose. Grandma's apple pie. I feel like I should be having this with fudge. But what's interesting though is I can actually taste the fruits. And it's not like, you know, cherry candies don't taste like cherries. You know, blueberry candies don't taste like blueberries. There's actual, like, I can detect the actual taste of fruit, which is nice because I'm so used to, like, here's an orange drink. Well, that's sugar water that's tinted orange. So, you know, props to them for using real fruit, you know? Sorry, guys. You know what I have been doing this week is I've been reprofiling my spoon knife. Like when I first got it, there was a it sort of came up here where it's thick, and it came down kind of like, fuck off. Sorry, it came down like this. The guy who made it and sold it to me makes a lot of like spoons and kuksas, and he's very, very good. But he's not a blacksmith, so he made a few of these sort of on a lark, and I bought one because, you know, support a guy I know on, at that point. We were both on Bushcraft USA. But anyways, so I've been sort of flattening this out because it has the potential to be a great spoon knife, but it hasn't been a great spoon knife. So I've been using my diamond plates, you know, because when you're reprofiling, you got to start with a coarse. You need to get some oomph in there. You know, you can't be like, oh, here's my 8,000 grit stone. No, you're reprofiling. Boom, you know, get that crap off of there. So that's what I've been doing, and I think it's much, much better. Look, it's a lot flatter than it ain't perfect yet. I still got some work to do, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Anyways, that's my spoon knife. It's like wine. You have to pair it with. So wait, 3. Oh, we're counting. Should be paired with a skirt. You know, my grandmother would have said it's not a skirt, it's a kilt. For the record. Just for the record, you know, just to get stuff straight here. This skirt. Jesse's drinking a girly beer. Well, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, so what? You know? One razor blade. You know what? No, I'm not going to do this down here because I have to carry it up 3 flights of stairs to get it to the bathroom. And knowing me, I will drop it on my unsuspecting feet halfway there. So I'm just going to do this up in the bathroom. Where are we? It's got a purse, a dress, and a bikini. Sounds like a date I had in high school. Okay, stop that. Whatever makes you feel better about yourself, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Hey, that beer doesn't do it. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, funny thing about this razor is, like on the Book of Faces, there was this video, you know, how to shave with a straight razor and, not a straight razor, a safety razor. And in fact, it's funny because when that came up on my Facebook feed, I was like standing like this, watching, you know, with my phone on. I was like, you know, but I did think of what I had said, is that it takes a long time to shave in the morning when I have no time. And I get shaving related adverts all the time. And I got one for a really expensive one of these, like $50 US or some damn stuff, because it's you can set the angle of the blades. This one is very basic. It was like $20, okay, with 6 blades. I don't know if any of you guys know this brand at all. I have no idea if this is a good razor or not. Limited lifetime warranty, whatever. But I don't know anything about them. I'm hoping for the best. Razor made in China, blades made in Germany, packaged in USA. Oh, I can register my warranty today. That's good to know. Anyways, One of them. Hey, Winders. I think you're Winders Ranger, aren't you? I've been calling you Winders Ranger, and then I think you said it in one of your videos, and I was like, oh, geez, I'm getting it wrong. I got some Skittles. No, I don't. I don't have any Skittles anymore. Never mind. Why are we talking about Skittles all of a sudden, dude? Because they go well with this beer. Adore. You like their soap, okay. Oh, sorry, guys. Here's the funny thing. Remember I told you guys last week, no video because my girl is sick. Now she's fine. Still a little bit of coughing. But my sinuses are making me scream mama. It's awful, dude. Absolutely awful. But you know, I'm tough, so I don't complain. I'm tough. Yeah. So I was, yeah. What the hell was I gonna say? I don't remember. I don't know. What's up with you guys? Who's got something really interesting that's happened over the past week that they want to tell everyone about? Bring it up. Bring it on. Bring it, Lunchbox. Oh man, I haven't thought about that person in a long time. My original plan for tonight, rule number 2 of the man code, never show pain. Absolutely. They use a standard. They make a standard soap and a luxury soap. My what I use changes massively between like soaps and like I never use a spray can. You know, that soda pop that they call shaving cream. It's always like I've got a boar bristle brush. Serge completed building a fence this week. Just to make me feel bad about my unfinished fence. Great. But yours was only 5 feet high, eh? Yeah. Hike with Mike. Stopping by for a short time before he goes to slurp. Oh, to sleep. Okay. Fair enough. Winders killed off some red ants with brake fluid. With brake fluid, really? Okay. All right. The luxury version is like $5 or $6 a puck at Walmart. $5 or $6 ain't bad, dude. I'm used to like luxury shaving cream costing me like $12 for a puck. So you replaced a vanity in a toilet. Nice one, Simo. LT shaves with a twin blade, throw away. Uses it for a month. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna shave with this. Wouldn't it be funny? No. After I'm done, after I get this thing to the state where I'm gonna start that entire sentence again. Okay. Take 2. Once I've used this thing enough to make an actual review, then maybe I'll sharpen it up and see if I can get a good close shave with it. I shaved with one of my axes once, just sort of as a funny little asshole trick. I didn't get a good shave off of it. Yeah, and that's the thing. I like Pro Rasso. Hi, with Mike. He keeps an unkempt beard for. That's definitely legit. Whoa. I sort of lost my balance there. I'm on a log, right? I'm sitting on my chopping block here. My plan for tonight was to be gluing up the legs for this this bench that I showed you last week. You know, all the laminated boards. But I just, man, my week disappears way too fast. Like, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Camille has like swimming and then soccer, so I'm lucky to get home, throw the kid in bed, and then get on, you know? Because if I was going to be gluing up the legs, I would have had to do some prep beforehand. But I want to get this bench done, man. I've got so many projects I want to do. And you know, it's funny because I was having this conversation with my buddy Robin recently. Mike's here. Mr. Morton, how's it going? What are you drinking? Age of Industry Oatmeal Stout. Grey Matter Brewery. Dude, Mike, I still want to go camping with you, partly because I want you to bring the beer. I've shown this to everyone else. I'm drinking something terrible, but I've opened it, so I may as well. It's funny, there's like an almost toothpastey aftertaste. It was an error that I will not make again. But I'm glad that you guys were here to witness it happen. What the hell was I talking about? Simone retracted a message again. I should never let that guy be a moderator. It's letting it get to his head, retracting his messages. Yeah, that's it. Toothpaste. And it's funny because I hadn't noticed that until just now. And now I'm like, this beer's getting better by the second. You know? Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that weekend. I'm gonna go one of these years. I don't know how. I don't know how, because life keeps getting away from me. But I'd like to go to a show like that at some point. I keep seeing like our British friends going off to like all these shows, and man, so much envy in my dark little heart. I forget sometimes that we have shows here. You know, well, not here in Quebec. Anyway, not gonna. But you know, we have shows here in North America that I can kind of get to. I could get to a place like Pennsylvania or Maine, or you know, like once you get to like, Utah, that's a little far for me to go for a weekend. You know what I'm saying? But Tennessee, I had a girlfriend in the Bronx for a while, and her family had a ranch down in Tennessee. But like, I mean, I'd met her parents and everything, but I did not go to Tennessee. And that's far, especially because at that point I wasn't driving yet. I only learned to drive at like the age of 37. I think I've mentioned that before. So like my mobility was not exactly high, I like. I kind of want to light this now, but I better not since I'm indoors. Simon, what? Outdoor. Yeah, I remember you buying 3 U.S. Army wool blankets. Remember, because I said, hey, do they look like the Canadian Forces ones? And you showed me. I was like, no, they don't. Gonna make you an anorak out of your HF blanket? You've mentioned this blanket, I think, and I'm trying to remember what it is. I don't remember. Sorry, but anyways, yeah, I'd like to go to that show one of these years. One of these years, I'm gonna go. Oh, Harbor Freight, right. You know, because we don't have Harbor Freight here, it's not the kind of it's not the kind of thing that I would just. Oh yeah, I know that. Simon, you still haven't secured a contract or employment. Ouch, dude. Oh man, I thought. Okay. That's not good news. Man, I am still over the hill. Over the hill? No, I'm not getting it right in English here. Over the moon. About the fact that I actually get vacation this year. You know, because as you guys know, I was freelance for 20 years, right? So I never got paid vacation over the past 2 decades. So I am over the moon about it. Can't believe it. This year we're doing some family camping. First with the missus and then just Cody and me for a weekend. With the missus we're going for 5 days out. I think we're going to the Charlevoix region. I think. Or Saguenay, maybe. I don't remember. Anyways, but we're going out that way. Beautiful part of the province. Beautiful part of the country. It's stunning out there. It's great. We'll probably do some whale watching or something. And then right at the end of the summer vacation, Camille and I are just going to go on a little weekend camping trip near to Montreal, sort of an hour and a half away. So, oh God, oh no! What number are we at now? What was that? Was that 4? Winters, yeah, 3 weeks vacation. Yeah, that's good. I get 3 weeks as well. We're at 4. Okay. I mean, I may as well keep track too, right? The thing about family camping is I can't spend the whole time filming because I'm there with my family. And you can't really rough it when you got the whole family along. So we're going straight up glamping. The campsite we're going to has one of those tents that are like canvas on top and then a solid side. And like they've got a little gas camp stove and bunks or something, you know. So it's really glamping, but you know, we'll be surrounded by trees and the sound of birds. So I'll be happy. The other camping that we'll be going to, it's at a campsite, not like in the wilderness. But I've got a tent. We're gonna pack it along. Camille and I are gonna sleep in it. Excuse me. Make a little fire. I'll have her make the fire, I think. What was that? How is my car situation going? Car's gone. I donated it to the Cancer Society. They came, they took it away for recycling, and giving me a $100 tax receipt for it as a charitable donation. So it's gone, which is why I said, like as I said, now I'm having it. It's interesting that I'm on strike for 2 weeks now anyway because of the YouTube strike, but I can't get to the forest because the girls need the car to go all the way to Montréal Nord for Camille's dance class. You know. Outdoor. When I was a kid, we had a pop-up camper. When I was a kid, like young, kind of formative years, we were living in Winnipeg. Oh, I'm so sick. No, we weren't living in Winnipeg. We were living in a little French town across the river called Saint Boniface, which in the 70s was still pretty heavily francophone. But yeah, we had one of those pop-up campers. You know, top comes up and flips out, so it like the bunks overhang the ends, the front and back of the camper. I have good memories of. You know what? That was a lie. I was about to say I have good memories of it. I only have one memory of that camper. I have almost no memories of my childhood at all. I've blocked the vast majority of it out. I can only count like 4 childhood memories. One of them is just of stepping out of that camper onto the grass at a campsite near like Lake Winnipeg, I think. But anyways, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, we'll be up there until about July 2nd or 3rd. Put to head back. So yes. Lag again. Am I still lagging? Montreal North. Can you give us some details about that YouTube strike? Hey, Paul's here. How's it going? Dragging the 5th wheel up and staying on a friend's farm west of Hagerstown. Stopping at our banks. NC is North Carolina, I guess. Wow, that sounds like a nice trip. Yeah. What the hell was I saying? You guys got me so mixed up. I just don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm not gonna get a motorcycle. You know, a lot of my family have motorcycles. Had motorcycles. All their wives made them get rid of them after they all got really badly injured. Words of wisdom: there are two kinds of guys on motorcycles: those who have gone down hard, and those who are going to go down hard. That's a piece of wisdom that I learned from an old school, long time motorcyclist. Oh yeah, Paul, sorry about that vertebrae. Yeah, there's a YouTube strike going on, like small channels. The reason why I put last week's video up on Facebook is the idea of the strike is to still make videos, but don't put them up on YouTube until May the 21st, which is my birthday. Just as a way to sort of make a statement to YouTube about the way we've been treated lately and like the changes that are still coming down the pipe. Like nobody thinks it's going to change anything because we're all it's only small guys who are doing it. Oh, I think I see lag happening. So guys, there's a YouTube group called the YouTubers Union, I think. All the details are up there. Let me see if I got that right. Now, Paul, aren't you an arborist? Sorry, I'm shaking that. Aren't you an arborist or something like that? Like, don't you work in trees? You have a Triumph Tiger. Here's the thing. I've often thought that if I was to buy a bike, it would be a Triumph or a Ducati. Probably a Triumph. But those are the only two like bike companies, the aesthetics of which suit the way I see myself. So if I was to do the bike thing, like a Ducati or a Triumph is the way I would go. Oh, your sales now, okay. Driving a pickup or walking through the farm, okay. So yeah, I wanted to double check that that Facebook group for you guys. Pass the bull. Good. Senate votes to overturn Ajit Pai's net neutrality repeal. That's good news, guys. I mean, that's a Senate vote, so it still has to go back to the House if I know the American system at all. But still, that's a step in the right direction. If you guys don't know about net neutrality, you find out because if it happens in the States, it'll suck for you guys, but it will also create pressure for us to repeal net neutrality up here too, which is a terrible concept. A terrible concept. I cannot stress enough how important it is to keep net neutrality alive in the United States right now. Because there are other countries there are corporations in other countries just like foaming at the mouth at the concept of net neutrality going down in the US, because that means they can do it and get away with it where they are as well. And it's great for corporations that are running it's great for corporations that are running net services like big guys, and it's terrible for consumers. But sorry, that just sort of popped up in my face. What I wanted to check was the YouTubers Union. I think it's called the YouTubers Union. The YouTubers Union Facebook group. Yeah, it's called the YouTubers Union. Hang about. That's what it looks like. If you see those three triangles, that's the page. It's run by this guy Jörg Sprave. I think he's German. He's a fairly big-ish YouTuber, I guess. he's not like a, like he's not a Casey Neistat, but he's got a fair number of subs. Anyways, all the info is up there. Now I gotta get back. Having a cold sucks, guys. I think bikes are too dangerous for the streets of Montreal. Yeah, it's probably that. It's probably that. Like all my family with the bikes, they all live in like Chateauguay, but it's the same deal, right? The Quebec roads are terrible. Scott's a Triumph guy. Yeah, okay. Paul talks about the Ducati muffler growl. Yeah, I get that. Jonathan Miley has an 86 Yamaha Venture Royale. Great ride, but it's been in my shed for 2 years waiting for time, energy, money to get the fixes it needs. Yeah, I have all kinds of stuff sitting in the freaking shed waiting to be fixed. It's 8%, you know. YouTuber slingshot guy, right? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. Outdoors working on a 72 Suzuki RV 125. I'm also a 1972, by the way. Yeah, no. I'm just being funny, Paul. I only ever drink one beer per live stream. Have I ever had more than one? Did I have two a while ago? I don't remember. Outdoors is 76. Okay. $76. Oh, Simone cleaned his garage, man. I've got to clean my garage out because that's where I want to be doing my projects. This bench is going to go in that garage. It's not going to stay down here. I'm going to get all my crap out of here. It was only here because my garage is not it's not heated. And for those of you who don't live in Montreal, it can get kind of cold in the winter, you know what I'm saying? So last week was 2, okay. Yeah, I sort of had a memory of maybe having done 2 1 week. Because sometimes what I'll do is I'll buy 2 just in case I hate the first one. Like this one here. Oh, like this one here. Yes, Paul, I will. Hey, you know, speaking of bushcraft junk, have any of you guys ever used one of these? Man, I'm turning like an 80-year-old tonight. I'll be right back, children. This is just a tiny little Chinese. It's just a little Chinese made, like it was $4, you know, stove. Put it on, you know. It's the same as my it's the same as my thing. Shoot, what's a wow, my Primus hiking stove, right? Except that this one's got like a little piezo or piezo. Some people call it piezo. I think it's piezo. You see that? Hold on. Oh, it'd be dark in here because I'm in the basement. See that little sparky? My Primus definitely doesn't have that. But anyways, it's just a silly little stove. And I've never actually used it because I figured for $4, I'm going to stick it on the gas, light it, and everything's going to go boom. But I don't know. Do any of you guys have these little guys? I think I got it on. I don't even know where. eBay, Amazon, some damn thing. Yeah, $5 or $6. Okay, LT's got one. Paul's got some. Do you use them for scouts? Is that why you've got several of them? Oh, I saw your award there on scouts, Mr. Paul. Nice job. Yes, just in his PJs. You use alcohol stoves. I also have an alcohol stove, but I haven't used it in a long time. I have a hard time judging how much alcohol to put in it for, say, to boil a pot of water. Like, because I don't use them often enough to just get that second sense the way some people do. You know? But yeah, I do have that alcohol stove around here somewhere. Here's the funny thing, right? Oh, I haven't found X in 6 months. Oh, here it is under the desk, which I've just found on camera, like last week. Let me see if I can find it. No, I think I put it back down in the... I put it back down in the box, the big Tupperware thing. What do you guys think? This is a horseshoe fungus, okay, which you can make amadou from, if I remember correctly. But it's been down here for a long time. Do you need it to be really fresh to start chopping it up for amadou, or if it's been sitting there for a long time, can you still get it to work? Can you still get all this off and pound the inner part into tinder fungus? What do you guys think? I've got some of these. Let me go back. Just as PJs. So there's so much snow in Quebec City that they're the only ones you have plywood made snow car shelters. Oh, like they make tempos out of plywood? Yep, need more practice, yes. Ah, Paul retracted a message. Garage sales, thrift shops. But yeah, what do you guys think? Is it worth it to start taking off the outer to try and get a little tinder fungus going? I think it is in this box. I think I threw it back in. Yep, I see it. Hold on, folkies. Okay. This little alcohol stove is not made by Trangia, by the way. Yeah, it looks like there's been some like mold or something growing on it. Okay, stove, who are you made by? Alux? I know it's backwards. Bear with me here, guys. Hey, look. It's you guys. What a stupid thing to do. But it really is. How meta is that? Okay, stop. Anyways, so that's my alcohol stove. So, Outdoor wants to know which alcohol stoves, Paul. Few fungi that you've put aside for when you've absolutely nothing better to do and no. Yeah, I've been meaning to get around to this, but it's just because I know it's a hard-ass job, which would be an amazing test for this thing here. Because the outer surface of this stuff is heavy. I don't mean heavy. It's jargon. It's a cool man way of saying it's hard. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Like, is that what I'm looking for? That stuff right there? It feels just a little softer. Like, it's very slightly spongy. Still hard as hell, but very slightly spongy. Maybe I've been feeling a little inspired to get back to it because I saw Emily's Outdoor Adventures. She used some tinder fungus that she'd made, and I've wanted to try making it for a long time, but every time I tried to look up like processing chaga or whatever, it's like I could never find a really good site with here is an easy, no, whatever. Here is the way to do it, you know? But it seems that boiling it in ash is a very common thing, so I'll okay, where am I? Simo installed a Wi-Fi access point in his garage. Nice. On Saturday, my fiddler and I redid my network here as well. Because I've been using a setup made up of really long in the tooth airport express routers. One of which had given up the ghost, the one on the third floor. And I had this D-Link or some damn shit stuff, you know, the one with the 3 antennas out the back, that I had tried to set up and completely flunked. Like, my network just kept falling and going down, so I unplugged the whole crap and put my airports back in. But my fiddler had the same whatever that other router is called. He had that, and he'd gotten it to work. So he helped me set up my home network anew, and it's much faster. I'm surprised that I'm getting some lag tonight because I've been experiencing less lag generally than I ever used to. And I got 5G now instead of, well, I've got dual band, you know, so when I'm yeah, it's not that, okay, I thought that this stuff like had gotten all stale and hard as a rock, but underneath it's not. It's really, it's not. It's, look at, no, you can't see that because the damn lighting in here is terrible. But it's like, I'm pushing my knife into it. It's spongy. All right. It feels soft to the touch. I just have to find a bunch of birch ash to boil it in. Swedish one, so yeah, Simo, that's a Trangia. What? Stop. Oh, Simo made one with pop cans, yeah. And yes, it is pop, not soda. Uh-huh. Use moose dung. I don't think I've ever seen... sorry, folks. Moose dung. I've seen moose tracks. Hell, I've even seen moose, but I don't think I've seen moose dung. Let me see. Paul is too far south for the moose? Really? Yeah, I'll just throw a spark on it just to see how it works. I'll call you from the police station. I got my phone call, damn it. I want to call my YouTube friends and let them know it worked. So, yeah, another small issue I have is that the place where I did go to film at the weekend when I still had wheels. They found a murder victim right there last week. So now I kind of don't know if, like, even if I have wheels, if I feel safe going there or not, you know? A jogger or a nature walk or whatever found a body at 5:45 in the morning. And the place was crawling with cops for the rest of the day, you know? Chaga. Outdoor, no moose there, but they have elk. Elk are a lot nicer looking than moose, man. Moose are weird looking. Moose are definitely weird looking. So yeah, I don't know. I have some. Well, one thing that's nicer is I now have some invitations to, you know, to check out some land. Nothing that I can build a semi-permanent shelter on, I don't think, which is too bad because I would love to do a series of building like a little lean-to the way Scrambled O has, you know, because I want to build a place out in the woods to go to, you know. But I've decided I'm going to win the lottery this year. I think that's a safe bet, and when I do, I'll just buy a little piece of land. I like to plan for the future, you know, in logical, easy to accomplish goals. I think everyone should, you know. Oh yeah, guys, I'm jazzed about this. So all I have to do is get all this really hard exterior crap off, and then what? I pound it with a hammer and then boil it up in some ash. Right? Is that it? Is that how it works? I'll look it up after this. Ah, so much strength in my little hands. Getting the horseshoe fungus shell off like a pro. You guys are here to witness this. You guys are going to be talking about this for generations. What a stupid thing to say. LT's got a piece of chaga from 2 years ago. Well, this is at least that long ago, and it still looks pretty good underneath, so go for it. Excuse me. Wow, 60 million, eh? Ooh, I could use that. I would buy my Jeep, and then I'd buy an extra one because it's a Jeep, so it'll probably go down. Maybe I'll buy the Jeep and the Land Rover. Little piece of land to pose them on for pictures. Quit my job and go full YouTube like. Yeah, I go like my self-reliance. Build a log cabin. The reason I love seeing what my self-reliance has done, and who's that guy in the UK who built a cabin out of pallet wood? What is he? What's his name? Something 2 letters in Bushcraft, I think. But like the reason I like watching that is because it's like for the longest time the only guy you could really look to was, you know, Dick Prenneke. And it's nice to see that that isn't purely a historical thing, you know. It's nice to see that there are people who are still finding ways to do it. Because you get to sort of feeling that the modern world doesn't allow for that anymore, you know, if in certain ways. Paul, there's a guy on YouTube, his name is Joe Robinette. Yeah, he can't be that far from you. He seems to drive 8 to 10 hours regularly to adventure. I'm sure he would love having some help paddling his canoe. Dude, he's not even going to notice me. He doesn't even know who I am. But if I ever get my subscriber list up, because that's the way it works, right? You're only really noticeable to YouTubers when you're kind of within a bubble, the same bubble that they're in. But man, I watch him all the time. I think he comes off, if he's as nice a guy in real life as he comes off on screen, then I would love to spend the weekend with that guy and his dog, because I miss having a dog. But yeah, I would love, one day when I'm a little bigger, I'm gonna try to hit him up and see about maybe doing a collab, or having him show me around, like Algonquin or something, because I respect so much what he does. You know, like he doesn't do a whole bunch of flash that you can't really believe in. You know, what he's doing is simple but very skills intense. You know, like it's funny how, you know, you use the word simple and everyone thinks you're talking about easy. And what I've come to realize, and you know what, here's a perfect example, and Paul, this is interesting to you because I'm going to make you a video one day, because I still owe you a video. I recently had a commission to carve a baby spoon. I've been doing larger spoons, and I keep my spoons real simple. I don't do chip carving. I don't do anything fancy, because to me, elegance of line is where it's at. Okay? You can hide any mistake if you make it ornate enough. Okay? And the thing is, for a baby, it's the way you make it is even simpler. But because it's so much smaller, this is too big. Right? So instead of my usual I'm like beep, right? And I find that the simpler you try to keep something, I'll finish my thought and then I'll give you the quid pro quos about why what I just said is BS. But the simpler you try to keep something, the more skilled you have to be at it. Okay? I mean that in a structural sense. You know, if you look at the Rococo, right? All this Byzantine crap, there's curlicues everywhere. It takes a huge amount of carving skill to make all that stuff. But I mean in terms of the purity of line, or the purity of experience. This is where I come back to Joe Robinette and Scrambled O, right? And Sean, you know, and My Self-Reliance, and all these guys who I watch over and over again. Even like Ray Mears, but he's getting a little Hollywood, but even he, at the base of what he does, there's the simplicity of experience in that you go to the forest for the joy of being in the forest. You kick back with a beer that's better than this one, and I don't know, some bacon or a steak. You know, you cook a simple meal, and you just chat. Nobody's rappelling down a freaking cliff face. No one's jumping out of a helicopter. You know, there's no extreme survival, right? And that stuff I watch for pure entertainment value. I watch Joe Robinette because that guy is soul food for me. I watch My Self-Reliance because he's even more. His videos are so quiet, man. So quiet. It's like, because I do a high octane job. Okay, I'm not going to talk about what I do online. But I had to go through a security check. I'm NDA'd up the wazoo. The people, the organizations that my company works for are significant, okay? So when I get home and I turn on the YouTubes, I don't need a whole bunch of epic crap going down on my screen. I just want to watch something as part of my unwind. And I watch Peter McKinnon because of the skill of his camera work, okay? He's a guy I would love to emulate in a roundabout way in terms of the quality of my images. I watched Casey Neistat because I feel that he almost single-handedly made YouTube more than it was. I don't watch Casey all the time anymore, especially now with his 368 thing going down. But I watch like Joe Robinette, and I watch Sean James, and I watch well, when Scrambled O was making videos. If any of you guys know him, get on his ass and say Jesse and his daughter need more videos, man. But I watch these guys because it's a comfort thing, man. It's like I get a sense of Simon, what the hell is bien-être? You know, bien-être, you know, a sense of contentment. Like, these are guys I sit back with a cup of tea and I'll watch an hour. I will never watch a YouTube video that's more than an hour because I just don't have that kind of time. And you know, you guys who are also YouTubers and who are subscribed to me, I try to keep up on your stuff as well. Even if I'm not always commenting, I'm watching and I'm trying to keep, you know, up to date because I do see this as a two-way street. But where was I? Yeah, I respect those guys so much that I would love to shoot vid with any of them, you know. But I know that I have to get at least like probably 20 or 30,000 subs before I can even think about it. Because the fact is, you're not noticed if you're not up around there, you know. Even then, there are YouTubers who won't notice you if you're under like 200,000, you know. Guys who are up in the millions, I mean, which makes sense. I'm not calling anyone out for it. I know that that's how it works. Just because when you get up to a few 100,000 or 1 million subs, there's a big, you know, the signal to noise ratio can get a little wonky, right? So it's not that you're an asshole, it's that you just don't necessarily notice everyone who's trying to get in contact with you. Oh, I'm so happy about this, guys. Look at that. I can't believe it. I've been sitting here kind of dreading, because I got a lot of this stuffs down there. I got a lot of this stuffs. And I've been dreading trying this because I didn't want to be let down by, oh, you let it sit there for 2 years? No, you can't use it anymore. It's gone hard. This is great. What I'd like to do is I'd like to hit a canoe again. I haven't gone canoeing since I was in cadets, so I feel like I have to relearn how to canoe. Like, I think I would be terrible at it, but I've been dying to go canoeing, and I would love to, you know, to do canoe camping and get my skills back, because I would essentially have to approach canoeing as a rank beginner again. But I love what the canoe represents, like in terms of Canadian history. To a certain extent, it represents American history is the same with the canoe, you know. Oh, I've been like ignoring you guys. It is not. I got all kinds of room, Paul. Give me up. Yes, Robin, thank you. Well-being. Hey, Robin's here. I was just mentioning you, guy. I was just mentioning you, comic guy, like an hour ago. What was I saying? It was something. I was talking about something that you and I had talked about earlier today, I think. And it seemed apropos for this conversation. I don't bloody remember. But yes, bien-être is well-being. So yeah, I watch these guys and I get a sense of well-being just watching. You know, when I go camping, wrong word. When I go hunting with my father-in-law, he's this big Mohawk dude, you know, but he ain't that loud, and I ain't that loud. Honestly, like I go out, you know, in front of a camera. But when I'm sitting, especially if I'm sitting there and there are like 6 people at the table or something, I don't talk. I'm real awkward in terms of knowing how to interact face to face, because I have so little respect for small talk. I hate small talk. You know, oh yeah, what do you do? Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And oh, did you see that YouTube video about, is it Yanni or Laurel? You know. Stop. I don't care about small talk. If you want to interest me, tell me everything you know about Jupiter. You know? If you want to interest me, if you're like a marine biologist, I'm going to hang on every word you have to say. If you are, you know, what Paul does, you know, you work in trees, you work in anything, you know what? Anything that you can bring up where it's not small talk, I'm your man. But as long as, you know, most conversations are just people talking about boring crap as if it was fascinating stuff. And I just can't handle it anymore. It's like, and I'm surrounded by people like that. And I'm not judging the people. I'm saying that that's what society wants us to do, right? You sit down at a party, beep, 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 beep. You say a bunch of nonsense. Nobody's pissed off by what you've said. You know? And the party goes over safe and great. Safe and fine. What I love is when you're in a situation, and funny, because Robin's here, and I was just mentioning this to him yesterday, because I was out, this happened at an event I was at a meeting I was at, in fact. I love it when an event that is full of decorum suddenly gets slightly thrown off because someone got beef with someone else and it comes out. I love it. I love it because it's like there's always someone who's trying to maintain the decorum, and then there's someone who's like, no, I gotta say something and it's gonna happen now. And then there's someone else like, you bringing this up now? Are we gonna do this? Oh, we're gonna do this? Okay, let's do this. And that's like, man, I love it because it's that takes the event and just goes flip. And you ruin the night for like half of the place, right? And there's me, like, none of this is touching me. But a rule is being broken here. I don't mean like I drive at 140 in a 100 zone. No, I mean like a social rule, a Miss Manners rule. Every time a Miss Manners rule gets broken and somebody's nose gets out of joint because of it, I'm like, I love you, man. I love it. I just, because if you look at it from a, I don't know, if you take a step back, which I do all the time, every party I'm at, every social event I'm at, every family supper I'm at, I'm a step back from the whole thing. I'm watching, you know? Like I don't know. What's that science where they study people? Fuck, 8%, dude. Jesus. I'm not talking so good no more. Anthropologically, like I approach parties from an anthropological point of view in a certain way that makes it sound more insulting than I mean it, but I like to watch what's going on around me. I like to see how people are affected by what other people are saying. I used to go to parties and talk all the time, saying things that I thought were interesting but were probably not. And I always left parties, even if I didn't get like 3 sheets to the wind, okay? Every party I ever went to, while I was trying to play the social role, I always left disappointed in myself. Why did I talk so much? Why did I say too much? Why did I say this or that? Jeez, is someone so angry because I said something? And I realized that like it's not my natural state to be filling the air with noise. I like to sit there and watch what's going on and hear what people are saying and say something every now and again when I really feel like there's something for me to say that will add to the conversation. And I find that one of the problems I have with social stuff is that everyone is filling the air. Everyone is listening just long enough. No, that's not the way I want to say it. But everyone is not really listening to what you're saying. They're listening for the point where they can interject something, some little witticism, you know? And I don't want to be that person. Let me see. Caribou hunting is touchy here. Whoops. Non-residents. I gotta catch up with you guys. I sort of... Ooh, I missed a lot. Okay, hold on. Let me get back to Jesus. Let me see. Jess, can you please put that mushroom and knife down before... Yeah. Outdoor dauber caribou hunting is touchy here. Yeah. Native people are yes. Good YouTube requires blood. Everyone knows that. I have so many knives here right now. I can do that. But I won't. Because I don't like pain. It makes me break out in blood. Canoe is like a bike. Is canoe really like a bike? I'm afraid to like make an ass of myself. You know? I would love to buy a really nice canoe though. Well, maybe not a really nice canoe, but like I don't mean like a birch bark canoe or, you know, a canvas and cedar because I have to work for money, but I would love to get something. There was one that I really liked the looks of, and I don't remember the name of it, but it was a modern boat, but it was really light and then thin. I don't remember what it was called. Caribou, I think is yes. Oh, you hunt moose in Newfoundland? Yeah, well, you got a crap load of moose in Newfoundland, dude. Never hunted caribou. I've never hunted caribou either, and I've gone moose hunting, but I've never bagged anything. I've only gone moose hunting twice, and I stopped because both times we were totally skunked, and we have to go all the way to the gas bay for it, pretty much. I mean, that's where we go. And it's just like, you end up spending so much in gas and blah, and blah, and blah. And then to come home with no animal, it's an expensive trip to the bush, you know? So I don't go anymore. I stick with deer. You agree, canoeing is similar to biking. I'll know it when I'm doing it. Laurel, yeah, yes, thank you. Laurel. Yanni. I figured it out, and then I saw an article that said exactly what I was talking about. It depends on what frequency you hear best at, I think. And I was thinking about that because I've after 25 years of playing, my hearing's starting to go. And so I only hear things in certain... Like, I'm not going deaf, okay? It's not an extreme hearing loss thing or anything, but I do hear better in certain frequencies than in others. And so that's what I thought it probably was with the Laurel, Yanni, blah, blah, blah. How's the weather? It's gorgeous. Yesterday was like 25 or something. Today was a little less. It was more like, 16. But, man, whew. And I discovered that there's a place, an 8-minute drive from work, where you can go for like a wicked nature walk at lunchtime. So I'm going to do that. Because I feel that I need my green time. Like, it's not pristine wilderness. You know, there are paths. You know, it's a park, a nature park. I don't know about Jupiter, but I don't know about your anus. We don't pronounce it that way anymore, dude. You guys. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to be ignoring you guys, but I was getting into my thoughts. Yoda? Wait. Let me get back. Weather's pretty nice there in Montreal. Okay, it's okay. I know a lot about Saturn and Uranus. I think non-residents need to hunt. I find that everywhere non-resident hunting gets A, complex, and B, expensive. So that doesn't surprise me. Oh, which outdoor dauber says, yeah, then that gets expensive real quick. Yeah. You guys are still on with the Uranus thing. Oh, the sinuses. Oh, Simone's out of here? Okay. Alright, see ya, Simone. Yeah, Jonathan, it gets expensive if you don't get an animal death. Ooh, yeah, it sure does. Paul, I made a few little burpees. I think we're up at 4. Alright, see you later, Simone. I'm going to click on your link. And then I will do the subscribing thing. Oh, I'm already subscribed. Then I will hit the little bell. Ting! I don't know why I felt the need to hit that little bell, but to make the sound of hitting the bell, but you know how it is. Click back. Funny, I guess because I made Simo a yeah, he'll get some content going. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I think it depends on the sides. So what's next? I once I get all this off, I cut it up and then bang it with a hammer to flatten it out, right? And then I boil it up in birch ash. I'll use any kind of ash. I got a barbecue full of ash. I'll just use whatever I got up there. Hey, Paul. Didn't you make an order relatively recently from Veristelka? Was that where you made the order from? You said you were going to talk about it when it arrived. Or did you say you were going to make a video about it? I want to know what you got, man. I want to know what you got. I'm going to keep my eye on the chat this time. Did I get anything interesting recently? No, not really. Not aside from that. Simon and I should take over each other's channels. Yeah, there's that toothpastey aftertaste again. I'm not gonna buy that beer again, guys. I gotta be straight with you. That didn't work for me, not at all. Oh, you ordered something from Hidden Woodsman. You know, funny thing outdoor. Wait, I'll deal with you in a minute, mister. Paul, you know what I'm dying for? Several live streams ago, I said that I don't love my pack for bushcraft, though I do love it for hunting. So I've looked at a lot of backpacks. What are we at here, guys? What was that? Was that 5 or was that 6? I want his backpack. Was it called the Day Ruck? That's what I want to get. I find it's, for not coming with the side pouches, I find it kind of pricey. But like, the more I see of it, the more I read about it, the more that's what I want my next pack to be. And I'll spend the extra on 2 side pouches to match. And I want it in the Coyote Brown? Like he does like an OD green, and I think it's a desert or a coyote. I want the brown. I can't do that this week, but maybe later in the summer I'll be able to get some scratch together for it. But that's definitely what I wanna get. Rob at the canteen shop. I wonder what you got from there. Is the canteen shop the one that's changing its business right now? I think we're at 6. Outdoor and Scott both think we're at 8, but I think they're both wrong. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So 6. The official count is 6. Yeah, outdoor. Good luck with that, man. They're getting rarer, and I find that getting one for under 100, and that's US. Because they had some at Veristelka. Paul, am I calling that site by its name? Is it called Veristelka? They had some there, but they're all gone, and that's the problem, right? They're getting harder to find, and as soon as they're getting harder to find, the prices start to go up. Yes, exactly. Canteen Shop was the one. Yeah. Yes. Oh, outdoor things were at 8 as well, but the official counter of the Belches thinks it's 6. Ergo, it must be 6. Yeah, Stelka, very thing. That site that I wish you hadn't shown me. I feel like I should just buy a wool blanket from there like every month. You know. No, I'm kidding, but I do think I'm gonna buy at least one other wool blanket. I have my one Canadian Forces one. If Robin's still around, he'll remember what those were like. The gray blanket with the dark gray stripe. That, you know, you kind of hate it in cadet camp, but now that you're all bushcrafty, you end up kind of loving. But aren't the ones from Turkey Afoot Trading really expensive? Am I remembering that wrong? I thought that turkey fruit. I thought that Turkey Fruit Trading was really expensive. Yeah, I thought the ones at Turkey Foot were expensive. Serge, if it comes from Uranus, it's not a belch. Wow, things just aren't getting any better around here, are they? Paul, yeah, I checked out their Instagram at one point. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Funny stuff. You know, it's funny. I'm realizing that beer and blades don't really go together that well. Like, I certainly wouldn't be slurping back a beer while I'm carving a spoon or anything. But I ain't changing the name of the live stream series. I think Beer, Blades, and Bushcraft is a good name. And the fact that I have it on a t-shirt that's for sale is good as well. You know what? This is definitely dulling up this knife more. Actually, it's still pretty... It's not shaving sharp anymore, but it's still pretty sharp. Really? 28 to 60 US? Maybe it was the shipping that killed it for me or something. I seem to remember looking at Turkey Foot and then thinking, oof, maybe it was the shipping. I know at Townsend's, the shipping killed it, man. I hear that they may have gotten that in order now, but I just... You know, I always complain about the shipping. I gotta make use of that UPS in Plattsburgh. That's what I gotta do. Because I feel that even if I end up paying the import or whatever at the border, I'm still not spending what bloody shipping tends to come out to from some of these places, you know? Like, I almost ordered something this week. I don't remember what. Oh, there's a YouTube channel called Hand Tool Rescue or some damn shit like that. I just swore again. Sorry, guys. I think it's called Hand Tool Rescue, and he's got an Instagram page and blah blah blah, and he's got a store because what he does is he restores old tools and then he sells them. And he's just had made a series of wrenches that are an homage to a wrench from the late 1800s, I think. $35 each, Canadian, I think. So I was like buying it, hit the buy, went through the whole damn process, and then the shipping was like another $30, and then I was like 26 or something. I was just like, no, you know. And I'm just so tired of being like, oh yeah, that's cool, and then having the price doubled because of shipping that I clicked the link out of pure curiosity, but I don't expect to actually end up buying the thing that I want to buy, you know? Oh, Serge is out of here. All right, good night, buddy. Oh, Jonathan also? All right, see you later. Oh, okay, I thought Serge was saying that he was out of here. Thing about a wool blanket though outdoors, it doesn't matter if it's 20 years old. So long as they kept the bugs at bay, which let's face it, a lot of these military blankets were, you know, treated with bug spray and everything. A wool blanket will work for ages. You know, you take care of it, and it'll do you right. You know, so that's fine. 20 years old, who cares? You know, my Canadian Forces blanket certainly isn't in like new condition. It ain't in bad condition, that's for sure. It's great, you know. I should have bought 2 of them, but they were like $40 each, and I didn't have that kind of money at the time. But I feel that I'm gonna need at least one other wool blanket in my stable. You know, I don't know about you guys. I mean, I know Outdoors got 3 of them now, but you guys who do like a lot of serious bushcrafting and camping, do you guys like to have multiples of a wool blanket around, or are you good with just having one? Or any. I mean, some guys, like backpackers, don't ever have a wool blanket, right? Because it's too heavy. But I don't think you can beat a good wool blanket, or like one that's made into an anorak. Here's the thing. When I'm sitting next to a campfire, like I've got, you know, whatever, $800 Arc'teryx jacket, right? It's a great jacket. But I can't wear it next to a campfire. It's all synthetics. If an ember lands on the sleeve, I've got a hole in my sleeve. If I'm wearing like a wool ass anorak or like a full wool lumberjacket, you know, if it's wool, right? Ember lands on it. Pass me another marshmallow. You know? When I was younger, I hated wool because it always made my skin itch. Everything made my skin itch. I still have very sensitive skin. But like the fact that it can take an ember and not give up, the fact that you can get it wet without losing the thermal properties. Okay, it's not a great windbreaker. Fine, you layer. But you know, the fact that it's warm as hell, it's just all win, you know? It's just all win. It's expensive though. You know, because everyone's doing Gore-Tex these days. I mean, I got a lot of Gore-Tex. I'm not dissing Gore-Tex. But my bushcraft mind is one that likes wool. My bushcraft mind is one that likes starting fires with primeval tools. My bushcraft mind is one that likes a wood handle on his axe, preferably wood scales on his knife. You know, my bushcraft mind is one who appreciates the old ways on a lot of stuff. My car camping mind is different because, you know, the context is I've got a family with me and I want them to have the best time possible. You know? Looking good. Let's get back to where Craigslist. God, I haven't gone searching there. Too tempting for, yeah. One per person for shit hits the fan at least. Yeah, that's a good point. Outdoors got 5 now, jeez. But you know, you're also making use of those amazing prices you get down there. Hey Outdoor, if you ever come up against an 8-inch draw knife that's in relatively good condition, and the price ain't too bad, drop me a texto about it, okay? Because I'm looking for an 8-inch draw knife, and I'm not getting anywhere near the kind of amazing prices that you guys can find down south. You know, I just keep seeing like 40, 80, $100. I'm like, I don't mind sharpening it up myself, you know, or taking the rest off myself. But I find, because what I've got is a 10-incher, and I would like to get an 8 for the control aspect, you know. I feel that with the 10, it gets a little unwieldy sometimes. I'm enjoying this. I'm actually having fun here. Oh, okay. LT's out of here. All right. See you later. Yes, I will get chaga. Thing is, I'm not good at finding chaga. I have yet to successfully find chaga. I found a lot of this horseshoe fungus. But I've been looking and looking. And it's funny because what I keep hearing is that with chaga, once you know how to find it, you'll see it everywhere. It's just getting it down. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just like I gotta find it once, and then I'll know how to find it. But am I right in thinking that chaga is on a living tree only? Paul, okay. See you soon. But I think that this is the, I think this start again. I think this horseshoe fungus is what's going to make me have to sharpen this knife, though. It's noticeably duller than it was when I started this. I'm looking forward to that because I think I said in the last. So I'm looking forward to seeing how good I can be at it, you know. And part of that is, so how do I attack this? Do I do sandpaper or do I do a water stone? Like if any of you guys watch Weeder Fan, he's all about the water stones. And honestly, I like stones, man. I do like stones. Or do I do diamond plates? You know, does one sharpening medium work better for one specific, like for the reason I've got all this like wet and dry sandpaper is specifically for axe blades, axe sharpening. I find that, you know, sandpaper on a mouse pad or on the like to do a rooster on it. You know, that means you put your sandpaper on like one of those big painting or wall sanding implements, whatever they're called. You know, it's got a handle and it's got like a spongy surface on it, and you wrap the sandpaper around, click. For the rooster, that's what you use, you know, and that's all sandpaper related, and works spectacularly. So I don't use a water stone on axes anymore at all. But for things like plain blades, plain irons, stuff like that, yeah, I use the sandpaper. And for like my water, didn't mean to say water, my Woodlore clone, you know, I've been using just the water stone for that. Look at that. So I don't know. Do you guys find that context drives you towards one sharpening medium or another? Or is it sort of, I use stones, I use sandpaper, and that's just the way it is. Outdoor living or recently dead birch trees, yeah. Butcher steel and ceramic rod. Okay, I have a steel but I don't have a ceramic rod yet. Because IKEA sells one that's perfect for sharpening or honing, especially the inside of these, but they don't sell it at ikea.ca. And it was too bad because that was like a good affordable way to get a pretty high-end ceramic rod. But hey, I'm Canadian, so life sucks. Anthony Henry, I've been waiting to see if you were going to come on. How are things? Diamond plates, if it's really dull, doesn't seem to be. Yeah, my diamond plates, I've got three grits. I've got a coarse, I've got a fine, and I've got an extra fine. And so I always find that the coarse is really good for fast work. But I don't know how long these are going to last. Like, I don't know if you need to buy really good ones for all the grit not to fall off or what. Like, I haven't used the hell out of these yet. So far, they're pretty damn good. Yeah, I might use those on this. Like, the biggest issue I'm gonna have is getting my angle right, because it's not like it's not a Scandi grind. I can't just like, you know, with Scandi it's so easy. You lay it on and you drag it. This you kind of can't. You gotta, I don't know. You know, so I don't know if like the medium really matters. Or if it really is all in the way you approach it, you know? So, you know. So, yeah, Anthony's here. That's good. Anthony's doing great, which is good. I like that. Paul's back. Nice. Hey, Austin's here. How's it going? Are we still with the Uranus? Austin and Anthony, ignore all these guys. They're just being a bunch of rude guys. Bunch of rude guys. Bunch of guys, in other words. And I'm preparing some amadou here. I've got a horseshoe fungus that I've taken most of the shell off of. There's still a bit around here. Which is a great opportunity to show you guys this Canadian belt knife in action. And then once I've done this, I will follow probably the Emily's Outdoor Adventures method of turning it into amadou. I'll boil it in some ash. And then I will use my Convoy SG flint and steel kit. Yeah, I'm going to do a video. Once, like maybe what I'll do is I'll do a video of making the amadou, and then I'll do another one of lighting it, or see if I can get it into the same vid. You know, I mean, I started doing this just like on a whim while we were live streaming, but why not turn it into actual content, right? Show you guys the process, especially because whenever I try something like that, if I can make a video that someone else can use as a resource, then I think I've done a good job, you know? All right, see you later, Outdoor. Paul answered Outdoor's question with aplomb and skill and class. Thank you, mister. Austin, all's well here. Just finishing up my glass course before graduation. You probably enjoy it, really? What? Settle spring floor of Wisconsin. Cleaning some bang sticks out right now. Gonna graduate. What are your plans for after graduation, mister? You gonna travel a bit, or do you have a job lined up, or what? Waiting to hear back on a job. Okay, good. Nice. It's amazing how many people, you know, we have this thing about university, right? Everyone's kid gots to go to university. And I feel that, why don't we feel that way about trade schools? Oh, Austin, that sounds cool. That would be amazing if you get that, man. That would be cool. You know, I spend a lot of my time not necessarily regretting, but thinking like, what if, you know? Because a lot of the jobs that I think I would love to do, I'm not qualified for. I would love to work in like nature conservation, but not in a, you know, door-to-door fundraising sense. I mean, like in an actual fieldwork sense, you know? But I didn't get the kind of degree that would let me get into any of that kind of work. And I'm 46, right? I'm not gonna restart my life at this age. You know? I'm gonna do whatever job will ensure that my kid is fed and we don't lose the house. And just hope to hell that I've got something set aside for retirement, for when I can actually start doing things I like again. You know, that's what my plan is. That's what I got to do at this stage of my life. You know, I spent most of my life dicking around and wasting myself, which, you know, because that's what freelancing is. You know, you don't, unless you're very, very good at it in terms of, I don't want to say not letting the money go to your head, but what I mean is, like, unless you're very, very careful, you don't save up the money you need for retirement. You don't even get a paid vacation, you know? And so now that I've left freelancing behind, I'm doing the 9-to-5 thing. That's what my plan is. My plan is to do that 9-to-5 thing and do my YouTube channel, you know, and do my band for as long as we can, but you know, but I would love to have worked in nature conservation. I would have loved to have worked in like marine biology. I would have adored to have been like an astrophysicist, you know. But a lot of avenues are closed to you when, you know, your parents let you be bad at math when you're growing up, you know. And and I'm not blaming my parents for that. To a lot of people, oh, haha, math was never my thing. Let me just catch up on. Yes, I'll put the mushroom and knife down now because I've finished taking the frame off, the shell off. Is Unison fully expensive up there? In Quebec, it is absolutely not. It's gone up a lot, but it's nowhere near what it costs in like Ontario or the US, you know, or even BC, I imagine. Okay, Paul. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, but yeah, university here is not nearly what it costs elsewhere. The thing is, they tried to implement raises to the tuition fees, and all that got was 280,000 students marching on the streets of Montreal. And the thing is, I don't think the students were absolutely wrong, because one thing that they were saying is that you don't know what kind of job reality you're going to be walking into in Quebec. Because here's the thing, a whole lot of francophones aren't teaching their kids English. So these people are stuck, right? My kid can grow up, go to school, and move to Ontario or New York or Vancouver or wherever, because she will speak at least 2 languages. She's already fluent in English and French. Yes, she speaks English with an accent, but she can talk the language, right? A lot of, like, the Mrs.'s family, their kids are growing up a unilingual francophone, so they're stuck here in a North American sense. You know, because it's not like Franco-Manitoba is dying to hire Quebecers for all the jobs, you know? So if people are paying like Ontario or BC style or American style tuition fees and then coming into a job market that may be very small or non-existent because we're phenomenal at being extremely highly taxed and then pissing all that money down the drain due to collusion with a corrupt, you know, public works system and blah 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 blah. So one of the arguments was we don't know if we're coming into work at the end of the whole thing because this is Quebec. So I didn't think that they were absolutely wrong to protest the raises. And I don't think that education should be something for the moneyed. You know, I definitely think that education should be open to all. That's why my kids in public school instead of private school. I mean, in Canada, public schools are not bad schools. It's just, you know, a lot of people think that private schools are better. You know, it's not like inner city Brooklyn public school 69 kind of thing. But I believe that education is a basic right, and in fact, the existence of public schools is an example of the triumph of democracy, right? Because at one point, education was for the rich, and it's purely through, a democratic victory that everyone can go to school now. And if I dumped my kid in private school, I would not be relevant to that argument. But anyways, that's not really what I wanted to say. What I wanted to say was that the tuition here is not bad. It's not like it is in some other places. All right. See ya, Paul. Oh, I'm only on for another 2 minutes anyway, because it's almost 11, and as you guys know, 11 is my hard deadline. I have definitely dulled this knife up a little bit, so I think that this week I may... No, I'm not going to sharpen it yet. I'm going to use it up a little bit more, right up until the point where it's like, okay, wow, I really gotta... This knife is getting unsafe. I won't go quite that far, but as soon as it's like, all right, it's dull, I'm gonna... Maybe I'll take it to these. Yeah, you know what, Austin? What we need is a U.S. Forest Service, like in Canada, like a Canadian Forestry Service or something. You know, we need something like that. It's funny because we've got all this fabulous territory. We've got all these great trails, all this great stuff, but we don't. You know, we never. In some ways, and I love my country, and I'll take my country over anyone else's any day of the week, and I assume that any of you guys would feel the same about your own countries. But in some ways, we do tend to be just a little small time. And the fact that I would love it if there was a Canadian Forestry Service that was exactly the same as the U.S. Forest Service. But we don't have it. But there are other things. Yeah, Paul, Scouts, for instance. Scouts Canada. I know you guys, some guys in down south are all verklempt over, co-ed Scouts, but Canadian Scouts have been co-ed for a while now. Paul will know exactly how long, but I kind of feel it's like, 18 or 20 years, and the world didn't end, and I don't think it'll end for you guys either, so just relax about it, 2,300 hours. All right, I'm out of here, guys. I really liked talking with you. I like doing these live streams. I'm happy to keep doing them. Next week we're right back to Tuesday though. As I said, probably once a month it'll have to be a Wednesday because I've got to go to all those school meetings for parent fundraising organization and governing board. But that was this week, so next week we're back to Tuesday, 9 o'clock, Montreal/New York time. And I'll speak to you guys later. Good night, everyone.